Media Power TV.
Whenever I see girls and boys selling lanterns on the streets, I remember the child in the manger as he sleeps. Wherever there are people giving gifts, exchanging cards, I believe that Christmas is truly in their hearts. Let's light our Christmas trees for a bright tomorrow, where nations are at peace and all are one in God.
Let's sing Merry Christmas and a happy holiday. This season may we never forget the love we have for Jesus. Let him be the one to guide us as another new year starts. And may the spirit of Christmas be always in our hearts.
In every prayer and every song, the community unites, celebrating the birth of our Savior Jesus Christ. Let love like that starlight on that first Christmas morn lead us back to the manger where Christ the child was born. So come, let us rejoice, come and sing a Christmas carol with one big joyful voice. Proclaim the name of the Lord.
Let's sing Merry Christmas and a happy holiday. This season may we never forget the love we have for Jesus. Let him be the one to guide us as another new year starts. And may the spirit of Christmas be always in our hearts. Let's sing Merry Christmas and a happy holiday. This season may we never forget the love we have for Jesus. Let him be the one to guide us as another new year starts. And may the spirit of Christmas be always in our hearts. pagsubok na dumating. Kung kailan pa ganito at saka pa naglaban-laban, bakit di na lang tayo magtulungan? Kailan pa ba tayo kikilos? Pag marami na ang namaalam, madami ng tao ang nahihirapan. Huwag nang pabaya para di na lumala. Kapit kamay tayong lalaban. Kaya natin to, huwag kang susuko. Manalig ka lang sa Kanya, huwag kang matakot, may awa ang Diyos. Sana'y magkaisa, Pilipinas, kaya natin to. Kailangan na natin kumilos para sa ating mga mahal. Huwag na tayong magsisihan, lahat tayo'y nahihirapan. Sana lahat tayo'y magtulungan. Kapit kamay tayong lalaban. Kaya natin to, huwag kang susuko. Manalig ka lang sa Kanya, huwag kang matakot, may awa ang Diyos. Sana'y magkaisa, Pilipinas, kaya natin to. Ating pasalamatan ang mga taong nagbuwis ng kanilang buhay para sa ating kaligtasan at kapakanan ng ating bayan. Kapit kamay tayong lalaban. Kaya natin to, huwag kang susuko. Manalig ka lang sa Kanya, huwag kang matakot, may awa ang Diyos. Sana ay magkaisa, Pilipinas, kaya natin to. Pilipinas, kaya natin to.
Patuloy pa rin ang laban natin sa COVID-19. And together, we can be the solution.
B. Bawal walang mask.
I. Isanitize sa mga kamay. Iwas hawak sa mga bagay.
D. Dumistansya ng 1 metro.
A. Alamin ang totoong impormasyon tungkol sa COVID-19.
Protektahan natin ang sarili at mga mahal sa buhay.
BIDA, be the solution sa COVID-19.
Only at front row. Only at front row.
Earn online with great creation. In partnership with Golden Eagles Club International. This is your chance to earn unlimited income online. This COVID-19 will soon pass. And we will learn from our mistakes, and people will work more from home, more online, and more via their phones. Entrepreneurs will look for platforms where their phones will be their office. And we who are prepared will have the world at our feet. What are you waiting for? Don't waste time. Get ready to do business and be prepared to grow with great creation. In partnership with Golden Eagles Club International. We are here to help you all the way. Great Creation Company is an e-commerce company started last August 2019. And it's been recognized and awarded as Outstanding Health and Wellness Products, 2020 People's Choice Philippines Awardee, 2020 Consumers' Choice Awardee, and 2020 Seal of Excellence Awardee. Great Creation is now in partnership with Golden Eagles Club International for global online income opportunity, specially envisioned in time for the global COVID-19 lockdown. Soar high, Eagle. Great Creation. Share, help, and earn.
Dr. Ambassador Jonathan J. NAVEA, PhD, a noted consumers and family and youth welfare advocate, founding chairman of Asia Pacific Awards Council, Golden Eagles Club International, and the Global Consumer Affairs Foundation, as well as publisher, editor of Variety News Magazine, and past editor of Pacific Chronicle based in Saipan and Guam, USA. Chairman Jake, as he is fondly called, is an honorary doctoral degree holder conferred by the International Academy of Leadership, University of Oklahoma, USA, with a bachelor degree in marketing and journalism and the United Nations World Peace Council. For over 40 years since 1980, his desire to motivate individuals, consumer companies, products to excel in their professions, and corporate quality through public recognitions led him to be acknowledged as the Asia's award-giving icon. He founded the Consumers' Choice Awards, Outstanding Mothers and Father Awards, Global Excellence Awards, World Class Excellence Awards, Asian Achiever Awards, Global Music Awards, and other prestigious citations worldwide. At his tender age of early 20s, he initiated Mother's Day, Father's Day, grandparent and senior citizens, other consumers-related events in the Philippines and other major parts of Asia, and lobbied for their respective presidential proclamations to declare them national events. In recognitions of his various achievements, Dr. NAVEA was conferred the Presidential Achievement Citation by the late President Corazon C. Aquino and President Fidel V. Ramos for his significant achievements in promoting family and consumer welfare nationwide, aside from the various citations he received from Lions Club Saipan, USA. Quezon City International JCs, the World Class Japan Awards based in Fukuoka, Japan, the DATO Citation by Nusantara, Malaysia, and other prominent award-giving bodies. Furthermore, he also founded the Teen Gloat and Youth Ambassador Pageant, a youth anti-illegal drugs advocacy pageant. He also promotes ecotourism and global warming worldwide through the Global Eagle Pageant and Mr. and Miss Ecotourism Group Pageant. Former congressional candidate of Cavite Consumers Alliance, Dr. NAVEA is the founding chairman of the Golden Eagles Club International, a global organization of civic and business individuals with noble humanitarian advocacies, and currently the CEO of Media Power, a PR and events entity in the Philippines.
Hi! Nako, nandito na naman po tayo at itong pinaka-year-ender and Christmas episode ng Negosyo, Serbisyo, and More. At meron po tayo mga importanteng events launching dito, kagaya ng ating yung Malaysia Kuala Lumpur Awards na gagawin sa July in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. At of course, yung 40th People's Choice Award na gagawin sa March 21, 2021. At marami pa pong iba, at I would like to congratulate lahat ng mga awardees. Ako, dahil sa lockdown, na-move ang ating event, at despite this, nandiyan pa rin tayo. I would like to congratulate everybody, individual, outstanding companies for joining us in our new schedule on March 21, 2021 at the Aberdeen Port. And what's this?
Very lax. Be very beauty.
na naman po, nagbabalik ang Negosyo, Serbisyo, and More. Ang ating pinaka-last episode sa 2020, ang year-ender at Christmas episode ng Negosyo, Serbisyo, and More. Hosted by yours truly, this is Eagle Dr. Jake NAVEA, at meron ho tayong by next year, meron ho tayong special co-host, no? At ngayon po, ang special highlight ng ating year-ender episode ay ang TV launching ng Maharlika People's Party or MPP, na ito po ay isang SEC-registered at Comelec registered na political party which should launch the candidacy of no less than Bongbong Marcos and Mayor SARA DUTERTE. At ito po ay gagawin sa March 21, 2021 during the 40th People's Choice Award sa Aberdeen Court, Quezon City. At what's for this, meron po tayong special launching together with the of course we also have the Malaysia awarding on July 21. Ito ay 22nd ito po ay 22nd World Excellence Awards. Watch for this, at magkasama po silang i-launch natin ngayong gabi. Yeah, magandang gabi po, at nandito po tayo sa another exciting episode ng Negosyo, Serbisyo, and More. At ngayong gabi po ay we have two special guests, none other than two Senatoriables 2022. We have of course Dr. MENIANO, and of course we have Eagle Princess MASTURA. Princess, probably they will introduce nila ang kanilang sarili later. And of course we have the Mindanao headquarters chairman. We have, please introduce yourself.
Dr. KASIM po.
Yeah.
From Cotabato and Mindanao. MVP head quarter in Cotabato City, Mindanao.
Ayan po sila. At by the way, ito po yung later we will have the launching of our 2021 MPP. Dapat itong December 6, but because of the lockdown capacity, ito ay na-move natin ng March 21, 2021. At before anything else, by the way, kadadating lang actually ni Senatoriable Princess AMOR from Turkey, and we would like to welcome Princess.
Thank you so much, Eagle Founding Chairman.
Yeah, can you say something about your plan for 2022?
Yes, good afternoon, madlang people, sa mga kababayan ko. Before anything else, I want to introduce you myself. I am Princess AMOR MASTURA from legendary clan of Sultan Kudarat in Mindanao. I am Goodwill Ambassador of Peace and Humanitarians and International. So, isa po ako sa magiging tinig ninyo, boses ninyo sa masa, dahil tatakbo po akong senatorial candidate for 2022. Isa po sa mga aking mga advocacy ay ang ipagpatuloy ang kapayapaan sa pagitan ng Muslim at Kristiyano. Ang pangalawa po sa aking advocacy ay ang makatulong bilang isang humanitarian leader ng ating bansa at mapagtuunan ng pansin ang problema ng ating mga kababayan, dahil alam ko na hirap na sila sa panahon ngayon, lalo na ngayong pandemic. At maraming salamat sa ating Eagle Founding Chairman, Dr. Jake NAVEA, dahil binigyan mo ko ng pagkakataon na maipabot ko sa aking mga kababayan yung aking mga advokasya. At sa ating isang magiging senator ng ating bansa, Dr. MENIANO, thank you for being with me here.
By the way, si Senator Luther's,
yes.
We have, siya ay nagbigay ng ating mga MPP mission and vision na dati nang ipinalabas sa one of the yung previous episode ng Negosyo, Serbisyo, and More. And of course, welcome Senator Luther. Any plan for 2022?
Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat, kay Dr. Jake NAVEA, ating chairman, at kay Princess MASTURA, at kay Datu KASIM. Magandang hapon po at sa ating mga kababayan Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao, at saan mang sulok ng mundo, tayo ay mga maharlikano, Pilipino, taas noo po tayo. Maraming salamat sa episode na ito dahil pinagbigyan tayong ma-interview sa ating adhikain at mga mithiin sa buhay para sa sambayanang Pilipino o mga maharlikano. Ay isa po sa ating mga alituntunin at hikain ay maibsan man lang ang kahirapan ng ating bansa, because 70% of the total population throughout the Philippines are inflicted below poverty line. And now I think because of this COVID-19 ay nahirapan pong umusad ang ating ekonomiya. Kaya tayo po'y maninilbihan para maisakatuparan at hikain na mabigyan ng pansin ang mga mararalitang Pilipino. Pangalawa po ay itong korupsyon na ito, dahil ito napapahirap sa ating bayan. Isipin mo, 10 billions of funds, 15 billions of funds from our government are just squandered and are just corrupted by those who are in the position. Kaya kailangan po nating labanan ang korupsyon na ito. At ang pangatlo pong adhikain natin ay ang kontraktualisasyon. Dahil marami pong company na kinukontraktualize nila ang mga isang gawain na yun naman ay for long-term job. So kailangan natin mabigyan ng pansin dahil isang araw wala ka ng trabaho, ikaw ay breadwinner ng pamilya, 6 na buwan baklas ka na sa trabaho, ano pang pantustos ng pamilya mo, pambayad ng renta ng iyong inupahang bahay o yung billing ng tubig, ilaw at iba pa, at pangtustos sa edukasyon ng iyong mga anak. Ano pang magagawa mo kung ikaw ay baklas na sa iyong trabaho? Kaya those long-term jobs we will define as a long-term job. Those who are contractual in nature, we will define as contractual in nature para wala nang makikita nating palihis at mga butas na batas sa ating bansa. At ang pang-apat po ay itong mandatory livelihood to every Filipino families, appropriating funds thereof for other purposes. Ito'y talagang isusulong ko dahil itong SME ngayon, small medium enterprise, ay napakataas ng interest rate. Pangalawa ay mayroon pang sangkatutak na requirements doon sa tinatawag na collateral. Kaya itong livelihood natin is walang collateral, only sharing scheme. Might be 70-30, 70% will be for individual or a company or an entity, then the 30% will goes to the government as a sharing scheme for a lifetime. Walang babayaran, kung livelihood yan, hating kapatid, andyan yung gobyerno, andyan ang taong bayan natin para sa kanila. So yan ang ating isinusulong upang maibsan ang kahirapan na dinadanas ng ating mga kababayan. At ang panglima ay itong aquaculture sa Senado, na yun ang palayaw ko. Isulong natin ang aquaculture sa Senado dahil sa ngayon nag-import na tayo ng galunggong. Samantalang galunggong sa Surigao City noong nasa elementarya ako ay 50 centavos lamang. Subalit after 30 years nakita ko ang gap, nag-times 300 siya. So that is 150 pesos to 200 pesos, naging 400 times ang presyo ng galunggong from 50 pesos during my elementary grade in Surigao City. So ibig sabihin yan, kung hayaan natin after 30 years mag 300 times ang 150 pesos, maging 45,000 pesos na ang kilo ng galunggong after 30 years. Ngayon ay nasa edad akong 46, after 30 years, 76 years old, medyo matanda na, 45,000 na doon ang galunggong. Paano pa ako makabili? Sa kahirapan dadanas at patanda tayo ng patanda, wala ng income. Anong mangyayari sa buhay natin, at mas lalong anong mangyayari sa susunod na henerasyon kung hindi natin isipin kung sinong nararapat para sa ating gobyerno, na hindi yung mga kurakot ang ating ibubuto, kundi yung tao na may sapat na kaalaman, tapat sa serbisyo at talagang palaban para sa ating mga kababayan. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat.
Ay, maraming napakaganda ng advocacy mo, Senatoriable Luther. At yun po ay papalabas po natin ang ating special video on the advocacies of Senator Luther. At may dumating po tayong Grupo po ito ni Sara Duterte, Mayor Sara Duterte. By the way, this is Pastor Anthony SIBUG at siya po ay representing El Shaddai tsaka grupo ni Mayor Sara Duterte at ang Team Pacquiao. Pwede kang bumate.
Maraming salamat po at Dr. J, unang-una kay Allah, sa ating Diyos Amang nasa langit, Senator na 15 million yung ating botong solid vote, Senator DUTERTE, and
of course,
Princess MASTURA, more.
The next senator also. Of course, Mindanao headquarters.
The headquarters of Mindanao, Advocacy,
EDRES, KASIM.
Yes, maraming salamat po sa inyong pagdalaw dito sa MPP MAHARLIKA People's Party headquarters.
By the way, si Anthony Sip is also one of the associate trustee ng MPP.
At nagpapasalamat kami po at unang-una, napakalayo po ng isang kapatid natin na handang sumuporta, lalong-lalo na sa ating mga kababayan, yung ating Malasakit at Bayanihan program ng MAHARLIKA, si Senator. Natutuwa po ako sa kanyang mga adikain na napakaganda, napapanahon para alisin natin lahat itong mga kahirapan ng ating bansa. Lalong-lalo na this coming election, hindi po kami unang-una, ito po ay galing sa aming mga puso upang tunay ang mga kababayan ko, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Nandito po ako unang-una para pasalamatan ang ating kapatid na magkaroon ng peace ang ating mga kapatid na Mindanao, mga Muslim, Christian, bilang isang peacemaker ng ating Senado, at yung lahat ng kabuhayan nandito na. Ano pa ang pipiliin natin sa dalawang senador at senadora, at kami po unang-una kay Dr. J, na alam ko na binigyan pa siya ng mas mahabang buhay, almost 30 to 40 years pa, dahil isang paglilingkod sa Diyos na magkaroon ng tunay na kapayapaan at kaunlaran ng ating bansa. Nagpapasalamat po ako at unang-una sa aking mga grupo, lalong-lalo na sa mga kapatid ko na alam kong susuportahan nila ako. Mga Baptist Church yung mga yan, solid at bibigay nilang suporta sa atin. Ang mga ka-brother and sister po sa gawain ni El Shaddai na patuloy na nagpapasalamat po ako sa inyong pagsuporta sa amin. Ang aming chairman, Golden Eagle, nationwide and all over the world, Brother J. NAVEA. Maraming salamat po. God be the glory.
By the way, si Pastor Anthony, nagbabalik po kami, negosyo, serbisyo, more, at may pahuling salita
yes.
sa ating Pastor C.
Meron po tayong magandang balita, senadora at senador, at ang grupo ng ating kapatid, Senator Senator Emmanuel Dapiran Pacquiao, at tumawag na po sa akin. May mga magandang balita sila na ang Mindanao, ang grupo ng ating senador na handang tumulong at sumama sa ating MAHARLIKA People's Party. At hindi ko pa lang po maibigay sa inyo kung anong tiyak na kanyang minimiti. Pero malaki po ang pag-asa natin na makakasama natin Senatoriables, ating senador, at
I think he's running for re-election.
Yeah, yun po ang medyo 70% to 80% na masasabi natin na baka tumakbo po siya ng senador. Same. So, yung pong kinakapatid ko na very close with senador, nagpasabi na siya. At katunayan po, hindi po haka-aka yung sinasabi namin sa inyo dahil mayroon kaming facts. At makikita ko sa inyo na nung tumakbo si Manny Pacquiao at si President Duterte, ang ebidensya ho namin na kami po ang mismong nagdala. I am the national coordinator, the President, and Manny Pacquiao. Dalawa lang po ito. Yan. Yan po. Pakikita ko sa inyo. Dalawa lang po. Yan. It's Salmo 91. Yan po. Ako mismo ang national coordinator nila. Si Manny Pacquiao po nung panahon na yun, nakuha niya yung number 7. First time. Dinala po namin siya. And this is one, the evidence. President Duterte with our servant leader, hindi po siya hindi siya humingi ng boto. Ayan po. Pumunta po siya doon para sabi niya, pwede mo ba akong panalangin, Brother Mike? Kasi makasalanan din po ako. Wala, hindi siya humingi ng boto. Ang hiningi niya, ipanalangin siya at yung kanyang mga pagkakasala ay patawarin ng Diyos. Yun lang ang hiningi niya. Pero akalain mo yan, evidensya po yan. Ayan, makikita nyo. Ayan. We have the facts na talagang kami, pag talagang nagsuporta kami, lalo na ngayon, itong mga adikain ng ating mga kapatid ay napakaganda, lalo na sa ating mga kababayan. Makikita nyo po, ayan. Ayan, evidence. Yan po. Kaya maraming salamat muli, Dr. Jake. At kahit papano po, naipakita namin sa inyo na ang mga facts namin na nandito ngayon kami para suportahan ang magigiting at mabubuting mga puso ng mga senadora na unang-una na sumuporta sa MPP. Lalo-lalo na kay Dr. Jake at sa lahat ng ating mga kababayan. Maraming salamat po.
At siguro, mga uling before this episode ends, I would like to reiterate ang advocacy at mission and vision ng Maharlika People's Party is to make this nation great again and the richest country in the world. At palagay namin, or based on our consensus, general consensus, wala na pong ibang Pangulo na pwedeng makagawa niya kundi si Bongbong Marcos. At yung last will and testament ni dating Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos ay isa sa kapatuparan ni Bongbong Marcos, of course with the tandem of Mayor SARA Duterte. At I'm sure hindi po tayo magkamali sa 2022 together with our yung senatorial slate. Of course, we have here Dr. MENIANO and Princess AMOR bilang kapartner sa ating nation building to make this country great again.
Amen.
So, may pahuling pananalita kay Princess AMOR?
Meron akong pahabol sa ating mga leaders na gusto ko pong magiging tinig at boses ng mga ating OFW. As a OFW leader anywhere in international, nakikita ko po yung kahirapan ng ating mga OFW. Kaya gusto ko pong bigyan ng pansin yun. Lalong-lalo na po yung mga nakukulong. So sana po, susuportahan nyo ang MPP, lalong-lalo na ako kasampu ng aking mga kapamilya sa MPP, ang ating Senator Dr. MENIANO, kasama ko yan sa mga adikain namin. Dahil isa kami sa magiging boses at tinig ninyo sa ating bansa. Ipaglalaban namin ang karapatan ninyo bilang isang mamamayang Pilipino sa ating sariling bansa. Ayan lang po yung mga ipapahabol.
Amen.
Bago ko na makalimutan na, Doktor, pinapasalamatan ko pala si Vice Governor C. Alvarado. Dahil kahit napaka-busy ang panahon nila noong nakaraang araw dahil sila ay nasa relief goods distribution doon sa bayan ng Bulacan, Kalupit, Bulacan, kung saan may mga nasasalanta tayong mga kababayan. Subalit sila ay nagsusumikap talaga na maipamamahagi ang relief sa ating mga kababayan dyan sa Bulacan. Binabati ko po si Vice Governor C. Alvarado at ng kanyang Governor also si Daniel Fernando. Magandang gabi po sa inyo.
By the way, Senators, I would like to officially confirm and announce na talagang ang buong Bulacan, headed by right now Vice Governor Alvarado will be joining MPP. Lahat from mayor down his lahat ng slate niya will be under MPP because they believe in the advocacies ng ating Maharlika People's Party. Of course, I would like to acknowledge Eagle Boy Antiporta. Of course, we have Eagle Merdel Sakdalan for coordinating at magkikita-kita po tayo sa Bulacan. Well, would like to say hello to Vice Governor and probably is running for Governor, but that's still for confirmation. Ay magkikita-kita po tayo sa February 18 sa Bulacan Capitol, at doon po natin ipoproclaim ang buong slate ng MPP sa Bulacan po, sa Kapitolyo. Yeah, see you there. Yeah, Vice Governor, probably whatever position you have in mind, see Alvarado. So we'll see you there, together with our whole slate.
Binabati ko rin pala ang ating chairman ng Royal Maharlika Tribes One Nation, si Dr. Mangako Kumpa Saudalhads, at nagpapasalamat po ako sa kanyang 100% na suporta para sa Maharlika People's Party dahil nabuo na po ang ating Mindanao regions, from Region 6 Zamboanga, Region 10 Cagayan, sa Cotabato, din Jinsan, Region 12 dito rin sa Davao, at ang Caraga Region. Nagpapasalamat po kami na sa magitan ng suporta ni Dr. Sultan Mangako Kumpa Saudalhads ay naisakatuparan natin ang paglalagay ng mga chapters sa bawat region. And now we are moving forward for Region 6, 7, and 8 for Western Visayas, Central Visayas, and of course dito sa Region 8. Maupay na lugod hayo nga tanan mga kauturan kong mga taga-Samar. And of course kay Mayor Jamanti at Vice Mayor Jamanti ng Tuguran, Cebu, we will be there tomorrow sa Cebu City po para sa site visit of land inspection at business meeting with the local government unit of Tuguran for our projects. Maraming salamat.
At pagdagdag po, no, Senatoriable Luther, ito pong Disyembre ay papunta po kami sa Ilocos Sur to have a final negotiation of MPP with Governor Governor Chavit Singson, together with these affiliates, together with of course yung aking cousin-in-law si Councilor Amitoni Abarquez. Andiyan po kami at we're launching MPP together with Narbacan leader si Rafael Diaz. We will be there, and we hope, palagay ko, God willing, talagang tayo ay God, with the prayers of El Shaddai and the rest, of course, Iglesia ni Cristo, Catholic, Baptist, ay magtatagumpay ang Maharlika.
At of course, ang ating mga kababayang Muslim sa magitan ni ating Senadora AMOR MASTURA. She's from Turkey. Galing pa po sa Turkey at pumunta lang dito para maiskatuparan ang pagsuporta sa Maharlika People's Party at ng ating mga kababayang nasalanta ng bagyo, dumanas ng COVID at iba pa. At siya ay namumudpud na ng mga relief distributions in their hometown. So maraming salamat po sa inyo.
Lastly, I want to acknowledge our MPP Head Direct Coordinator in Maguindanao and our MPP Partner for Assembly, that with EDRES KASIM. Yes, Dato, you can...
ang huling salita mo.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh, mga kababayan kong nasa Cotabato and Mindanao, especially sa lahat po ng buong Pilipinas. Tayo po ay humingi po ako ng tulong sa inyong lahat na tutulungan po natin na makamit ang ating Presidente na Bongbong Marcos ang kanyang tagumpay sa landslide po. Ako po ay nagpapasalamat sa ating mga kababayan sa Mindanao, sa Cotabato ay Maguindanao na sumusuporta po sa ating pong MPP, MAHARLIKA People's Party. Tayo po ay mabuhay pong lahat.
Rabbil Alamin, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, Malik Yawmiddin, Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in, ihdinas siratal mustaqim, siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Amin. Assalamualaikum sa kadulangon ng mga bangsamoro sa Maguindanao. Sa akin, abangan niyo ako sa tabang sarkano, sa abanganin ko buong suporta no sa MPP. Lalo-lalo sa ating Presidente 2022, si Bongbong Marcos at ang kanyang Vice Presidente SARA DUTERTE. Sampu ng kanyang mga Senator Dr. Luther Miniano, and I, Princess AMOR MASTURA from Maguindanao. So inaasahan ko ang inyong suporta sa buong Maguindanao, sa buong bar, na sana suportahan nyo ang MPP dahil ito ang boses at tinig ninyo sa masa para sa ating bansa.
Amen.
At of course, nagtatapos po tayo sa episode na to, at after this, watch for this announcement and video, special video announcement natin. Meron pa rin po tayo sa July 2021 sa Malaysia naman, sa Kuala Lumpur, to launch the 2021 Golden Eagles Summit in Malaysia.
Since 1971, inalis ang gold standard sa world economy at naging stagnant ang mga gold reserves ng Pilipinas at iba't ibang mga bansa dahil sa tinatawag na Nixon Shock, kung saan ginulat ni US President Nixon ang buong mundo sa kanyang announcement na hindi na pwedeng ipalit ang dolyar sa ginto.
I have directed the Secretary of the Treasury to take the action necessary to defend the dollar against the speculators. I have directed Secretary Connally to suspend temporarily the convertibility of the dollar into gold or other reserve assets, except in amounts and conditions determined to be in the interest of monetary stability and in the best interest of the United States.
Na-dominate at napailalim sa kapangyarihan ng Federal Reserve System ng mga Rothschild at Soros or mga elite families ang buong mundo, gamit ang fiat currency o perang walang physical value o backpack ng kahit anong precious metals. Dahil dito, ang Pilipinas kasama ang lahat ng mga bansa ay kailangang sumunod sa bagong patakaran kung saan langis sa pamamagitan ng US-Saudi oil deal ang naging basihan ng dolyar. Ang FED o Federal Reserve ay inabuso ang pagkakataong ito. Sila ay walang habas na print ng mga perang papel na wala namang value at ito ang ipinapautang sa mga bangko. Imbis na ginto ang kilalaning eternal asset na siya namang tunay, naging reserba na lamang ito. Imbis na maging main commodity ng kalakalan sa buong mundo. In short, hindi magamit ang mga gold reserves ng Pilipinas na inimbak ni Pangulong Marcos. Lalo itong nahadlangan ng itaguyod ng dating Pangulong Fidel Ramos ang Republic Act No. 7653 o mas kilala sa tawag na The New Central Bank Act, kung saan ang dating Central Bank of the Philippines or CBP na itinatag noong 1949 ay napalitan ng Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas or BSP. Ibig sabihin, lahat ng operasyon at mga dokumentasyon ng old CBP na may kinalaman sa gold reserves na sinecured ni Pangulong Marcos ay hindi mabuksan-buksan. Ang kasalukuyang Department of Finance ng gobyerno ng Pilipinas ay nag-ooperate ayon sa new BSP law ni Ramos. Ang ating mga gold reserves ay nananatiling reserve at hindi magamit bilang pangunahing commodity para makapag-imprenta ng pera para masolusyonan ang ating kasalukuyang problemang kahirapan. If only this will be realized, hindi kailanman pwedeng maghirap ang Pilipinas sa dami ng ating gold reserves na iniingatan at ininsured ni Pangulong Marcos para sa sambayan ng Pilipino. Pero bakit hindi magawa ito? dahil may mga foreign powers na maaaring mag-impose ng sanction sa Pilipinas tulad ng ginawa nila sa third term administration ni Pangulong Marcos kapag mag-imprent ang Pilipinas ng mga pananalaping backup ng gold reserves dahil malaking insulto ito sa patakarang kasalukuyang umiiral sa pandaigdigang kalakalan at magiging sanhi ng pagbagsak ng dolyar bilang isang fiat currency o perang papel na walang physical metal asset backup. Isipin nyo ito, ang daming street children, pulubi at homeless na Pilipinong nagkakalat sa lansangan kung saan-saan habang nakahiga ang Pilipinas sa daan-libong gold reserves. Ang daming naghihikahos ng mga Pilipino habang ang Pilipinas ay nakaupo sa sandamakmak ng mga gold bars sa Central Bank. Ang daming naghihirap sa paghahanap ng mga trabaho, namamatay sa gutom, namumulubi sa pagkupa ng bahay at ang daming nagkakasakit sa ospital na walang pambayad sa bills at ang iba ay namamatay na lang dahil walang pangtustos na gamot o medical supplies habang ang mga ginto ng Pilipinas ay nakasiting pretty sa vaults nito. Ito ang nangyari sa Pilipinas nang patalsikin nila si Marcos. Ang banking law na isinabatas ni Marcos na dapat sana ay mag-aahon sa taong bayan mula sa kahirapan at financial system na magbibigay ng mga libreng educational, medical, social, and other financial benefits sa kapakanan ng taong bayan ay bigla lang naging tahimik at walang saysay. Ang PCGG ni Cory plus ang pagtatatag ng new BSP law ni Ramos ang nag-shutdown sa mga programa ni Pangulong Marcos para hindi ma-implement at sana ay matagal nang napapakinabangan ng taong bayan. Instead, ginatasan ng mga oligarko or rich oppressive few ang naghihirap na taong bayan para lang sila lalong yumaman. Ang mga government assets na pinagbibili ng Marcos administration ay ipinamigay ni Cory Aquino sa kanyang mga kamag-anak at mga kaibigang oligarko at ang iba naman ay pinagpa-privatize ni Ramos at ibinenta sa mga banyaga. Hindi lang yan, ang mga mayaman ay lalong yumaman habang ang mga mahihirap ay lalong nasadlak sa karimlan ng kahirapan. Ang EDSA People Power Revolution kuno ay hindi na nga nakatulong sa pag-angat ng lipunan, bagkus nakatulong pa ito sa lalong pagbagsak ng ating inang bayan. Ang lumang sistema ng oligarkiya sa Pilipinas na binuwag ni Marcos ay muling namayagpag nang umupo si Cory Aquino bilang peking presidente na natalo sa snap election. Ang totoo, Cory Aquino was not really a people's candidate katulad ng panlolokong ginawa ng media sa mga tao. Bagkus si Cory Aquino ay oligarch's candidate. Tingnan niyo ang nangyari sa 1987 Menjola Massacre at ang nangyaring Hacienda Luisita Massacre. Ang mga magsasakang minahal ng gusto ni Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos ay pinagpapatay lang ng walang awa nitong mga tunay na mandarambong na mga oligarkong nagpakasasa sa mga manpower at kaunting kinikita na pinagpapagura ng mahihirap na mga Pilipino. Mahal ni Pangulong Marcos ang mga magsasaka at ang plano niya ay ipamahagi ang mga agricultural lands sa mga magsasaka sa pamamagitan ng kanyang Agrarian Reform Program. Marami pang ibang mga humanitarian and development program si Pangulong Marcos para sa welfare ng sambayan ng Pilipino na hindi nagmaterialize dahil pinilit siyang patalsikin kahit siya naman ay ang tunay na iniibig ng mayoryang mamamayan. Imagine, 3% lang ng populasyon ang sumali sa EDSA Rebellion noong 1986 pero pinalabas na ito daw ay puwersa ng taong bayan. Anong klaseng puwersa? Ang tunay na puwersa ng taong bayan ay ang 97% ng mga Pilipino na hindi nakiisa sa kuditang ito. Kawawang mga Pilipino. Niloko, sinamantala, ginawang uto-uto at lalong naging mga alipin sa sariling lang bansa. Ang kagustuhan ni Pangulong Marcos na bawat Pilipino ay maging tunay na maharlika o malayang mamamayan.
Na maharlika, mga dakila, ang maharlika ay isang pangalan sa mga mandirigmang dakila ng ating mga ninuno.
Hanggang kailan ka pa magpapaloko sa mga ganid na dilawang politiko, mahal kong bayan? Hanggang kailan ka magpapakatanga sa mga pangakong wala namang naging katuparan? Bakit hindi natin subukang ibalik ang bugtong na anak lalaki ni Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos sa Malacanang? Tanging si Bongbong Marcos lamang ang nakakaalam kung paano ibabalik sa tamang landas ang ating gobyerno. Siyang subok at hubog sa leadership ng kanyang ama, kapwa sa trabahong bahay at sa pagseserbisyo, kapwa sa pribadong buhay at sa publiko. Si Bongbong Marcos ang tanging may kakayanang ipagpatuloy ang mga naunsyaming programa ng kanyang ama para sa ikabubuti ng buong sambayan ng Pilipino. Si Bongbong Marcos ang susi upang mabuksan muli ang treasure chest ng Diyos sa bansang Pilipinas at ma-activate ito sa tuluyang progreso ng ating inang bayan. Pagod ka na ba maging mahirap? Bakit ka nagpapakalunod sa kahirapan gayong mayaman ang iyong bansang sinilangan? Bakit ka nagpapakabulag sa mga walang kwenta at masamang politika, samantalang ikaw ay may rich inheritance na ipinamana at iningatan ni Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos para sa iyong kinabukasan? Katulad ng istorya ng prodigal son sa Biblia, na isang anak ng mayamang hari na iniwan ng kanyang bahay at nagpakasasa sa mga walang kabuluhang bagay, hanggang sa nauwi sa pagiging busabos dahil sa kanyang pride at pagpapabaya sa kanyang identity bilang anak ng isang mayamang angkan. Bakit hindi mo muli subukang magpakumbaba at tanggapin ang iyong pagkakamali na tinanggal mo si Pangulong Marcos, na dapat sana'y mag-aayos ng ating bansa at manumbalik ka sa tunay mong katayuan, ang pagiging isang tunay na mahal mula sa magiting at makabayang lahi. Mahal ko ang bayan ko. Ikaw, mahal mo ba ang bayan mo? Naniniwala ako na babalik lamang ang sigla at dignidad ng ating bansa kung ang lahat ng mga naliwanagang Pilipino ay magkakaisang itataguyod ang bagong lipunan na siyang lipunang pinangarap ni Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos para sa kanyang bayang minamahal. Tara na at bumangon na mula sa matagal na pagkakahimbing. Halina at idilat na ang mga matang piniringan ng mahabang panahon. Kilos na at umalis na mula sa lusak ng kapaitan. Tumayo na at muling bawiin ang karangalang dinungisan. May matamis na kinabukasang nag-aantay sa iyo o sambayan ng Pilipino kung iuupo lamang natin ang tamang tao sa pwesto. Tayo ang bukas, atin ang bukas. Tayo ang Filipino future.
MAHARLIKA People's Party. Vision by Eagle Governor Dr. Luther G. Minion, Doctor of Humanity. Soaring high like an eagle to make our nation great again. The MPP shall promote the infrastructure projects and cityhood of lower-class municipalities and tribal ancestral domains. The MPP shall give corporate incentives and holiday tax to all corporations that provide 80% local Maharlika workers. MPP shall promote environmental protection and tourism jointly with Golden Eagles Club International. The MPP shall promote the mission and visions of state colleges, universities, and private schools to create a private schools commission and strengthen scholarship grants to all deserving students. MPP promote green cityhood nationwide. $19 billion project investment funds in 5 years in the making. The future of Maharlika, plus the legacy of the late President Ferdinand Marcos to make Maharlika the richest country in Asia and the world.
Why the Maharlika is the wealthiest nation in the world today. A documentary of Filipino Future. The information you are about to hear and read in this video are from the Contact Phoenix Review Journal, Volume 47, Number 12, published on August 9, 2006 under the title, Independent Confirmation of the Philippines Gold. Note, read and listen carefully, do not skip or fast forward this video, because the information you are about to know today is mind-boggling, and if you are a real patriotic Filipino, information revealed in this video will shake you to the core, and will inspire you to love your country more than anything else, and will enlighten you to the real truth about the great love of President Ferdinand E. Marcos has had for this nation. Throughout the Spanish occupation of the Maharlika, members of the Tajín/Talano clan have been visiting Europe since some of their relatives were English and Austrian. From 1866 to 1898, Prince Julian MacLeod Talano, who became title holder of OCT 01-4 in 1864, had also been frequenting the Vatican. In 1934, under Pope Pius XII, the Vatican negotiated with a member of the Filipino royal family, the Christian Talano clan in the Maharlika. An agreement was reached that 640,000 metric tons of the Talano gold would be lent to the Pope. This was part of that gold accumulated by the Southeast Asian Srivijayan/Majapahit Empire during its glorious reign of 900 years. In 1939, two members of the Talano family and a Roman Catholic priest, Father Jose Antonio Diaz, brought the gold from Kota Kinabalu, Sabah, to the Vatican. After doing this, Father Diaz went back to the Maharlika and resided in Cabanatuan City. After World War II, he facilitated the safe return of the 640,000 metric tons of gold from the Vatican to the Maharlika. Manuel Acuna Roxas, a relative of the Acuna/Tajín/Talano clan, then a congressman, and Bishop Enrique Sobrapina, Sr., in the presence of attorney Lorenzo Tanada, received the gold in Manila. A lease agreement was made between the Talano clan and the Maharlika government. A total of 617,500 metric tons of gold was deposited in the newly installed Central Bank of the Maharlika to comply with its requirement for gold reserve. Under the terms of the contract, the Central Bank became the holder of that gold. That lease agreement will expire in the year 2005. Having gained the trust and confidence of Father Diaz, the Talano clan made him the main negotiator and trustee of their gold. Father Diaz, in turn, hired the services of attorney Ferdinand E. Marcos, then a highly recommended brilliant young lawyer having attained notoriety when he successfully defended himself in the Nalandasan case in 1939. The Talano clan paid commission to Father Diaz and attorney Marcos in gold, 30% from the principal of 640,000 metric tons. In 1949, the two richest men in the world were Father Jose Antonio Diaz and attorney Ferdinand E. Marcos. Between the two of them they legitimately earned and owned 192,000 metric tons of gold. Ferdinand Marcos withdrew their share of the gold from the central bank and minted it RPCB. Sometime later, Father Diaz and Marcos brought their gold to Switzerland, in the Swiss Bank Corporation in Zurich. The remaining 400,000 metric tons of Talano gold is in the third-floor basement of the Central Bank minting plant in East Ave, Quezon City. There are 950,000 metric tons of gold, declared missing in the International Court of Justice, picked up by Yamashita from its European ally, Hitler. Another 250,000 tons of the Japanese loot around Southeast Asia are both now in the Maharlika. This country then became the holder of 1.6 million metric tons of gold bars. Some of the Yamashita gold buried in the Maharlika has been found. But the bulk of it is still buried to this day. And even now, thousands are secretly digging for it, including Japanese treasure hunters. The Wall Street Journal in its November 15, 1985 issue wrote that 2/3 of all the gold in the world is in the Maharlika. 1/3 is divided among the rest of the countries in the world. Very few Filipinos know this. Let's review some numbers at this point because there are certainly some unexplained losses along the way. The Tajín Talano gold started at 720,000 tons. 640,000 tons were transported to the Vatican and back, leaving 80,000 tons unaccounted from the outset. Out of the 640,000 tons, 192,000 tons were paid in commission, which should leave 448,000 tons, but somehow that number has become 400,000 tons, leaving another 48,000 tons unaccounted. Following this story, there are 128,000, 80,000 plus 48,000 tons of gold which somehow slipped through the cracks, in addition to 192,000 tons earned in commissions, whereabouts unknown. Oops. Out of the remaining 400,000 tons, we do not know how much remains. We know there was an effort to do a major disappearing act when the old central bank morphed into the new Bangko Sentral Pilipinas, but a recent decision of the Supreme Court, Bangko Filipino versus BSP, has upheld that BSP is responsible for the liabilities of the old central bank. So, how much longer can they keep these hundreds of thousands of tons of gold hidden under the carpet and out of sight of the Filipino people while 80% live at the edge of starvation? The point is that ultimately, a complete accounting should show where all of the original 720,000 tons went, not to mention the estimated 1.2 million tons of Yamashita treasure, combined German and Japanese plunder, identified above. That is very nearly 2 million tons of gold worth more than $38 trillion at today's price. The phony, CIA-backed EDSA, People Power, exhibition of 1986 had one primary purpose, and that was to take this vast quantity of gold from the Philippines and the Filipino people for the benefit of the international banking cartel to enslave mankind. What about the Santa Romana/Diaz/Hayes Vatican Commission shared with Ferdinand Marcos? When Father Jose Antonio Diaz, alias Severino Sta Romana, died in 1974, all that 30% commission in gold became the legendary Marcos Gold. After providing for his family in Marcos's letter of instruction, the whole wealth derived from this was supposed to be given to the Filipino people. This was the Marcos wealth that some politicians and churchmen kept on saying was the ill-gotten Marcos wealth that until today is in Marcos' secret accounts. On April 9, 1973, Marcos said, "My earthly goods have been placed in the custody and for the disposition of the Marcos Foundation dedicated to the welfare of the Filipino people." The plans of Ferdinand Marcos are hinted at in the following citation. In his grand plan, Marcos wanted to re-establish the former grandeur of the Maharlika and the whole region of Southeast Asia, the former Malayan Empire. In June 1983, Marcos appeared before the first world leaders in Toronto. He announced his plan to boost the economy of the Southeast Asia region by creating the Asian dollar. This would be backed up by the 400,000 metric tons of gold in the central bank of the Maharlika and the other gold he scattered around the region. He would also add to this his own personal 192,000 metric tons in Switzerland. The Asian dollar, backed up by the 2/3 of all the gold in the world that was in the Maharlika, would have made the Maharlika money more valuable and stronger than the American dollar. This was his vision to raise Southeast Asia to be at par with the rest of the first world countries. There is very good reason to believe that Mr. Marcos's plans were even more far-reaching than this suggests. There is plenty of solid evidence of a program Marcos worked on with American President Ronald Reagan, which is referred to as the ABL, Ang Bagong Lipunan, program. Under this program, some 250 sets of gold, documentation, and related ABL currency were to be shipped to various countries around the world. A typical set included 3,500 metric tons of gold, worth some $70 billion at today's price. Does it start to make a little more sense as to why those UN inspectors were using metal detectors in the palaces of Iraq while they supposedly saw weapons of mass destruction? Or why Saddam Hussein was such a threat to the powers that be? Or how and why the price of gold has been depressed on world markets? Or why former gold bug Alan Greenspan would come out with a statement labeling gold a barbarous relic? Indeed. To understand why it was necessary to remove Ferdinand Marcos from office in 1986, it helps to know that the Yamashita treasure was considered booty. After the passage of 30 years without a valid claim against it, this booty would belong to its new possessor. That would have been in 1976, but the International Criminal Court, ICC, at that time extended the deadline by 10 years to 1986. The someones who had accumulated the German and Japanese plundered gold gathered in by Yamashita obviously preferred not to come forward with their claims, because such claims could have revealed the source of such wealth, which was, in all probability, quite probably derived from illicit activities. What became of the remaining 400,000 metric tons pertaining to the Tagine Talano clan, and where is it today? To this day, the 400,000 metric tons of the Maharlika, Talano, gold are still in the central bank in East Avenue, Quezon City. Nobody can move it because Marcos insured it with the Lloyds of London and its agents are guarding it. But the present government does not acknowledge its existence. Not only have successive governments of the Philippines failed to acknowledge the existence of the gold, they have conspired to keep this information from being known to the Filipino people. We assume this is because they have been working at ways to convert the gold for their own selfish gain, probably in conspiracy with the international banking cartel. To this day, however, no one seems to have found a legal solution. Mr. Marcos was, after all, a brilliant attorney. Immediately after Ferdinand Marcos was removed from office literally by a U.S. military helicopter, the newly installed president, Corazon Aquino, formed the Presidential Commission on Good Government, PCGG, purportedly to go after the Marcos' ill-gotten wealth. It was very important to the conspirators that this wealth should be labeled ill-gotten, even though, as has already been shown, Mr. Marcos was in his own right the wealthiest man on the face of the earth and had absolutely no need to take anything from anyone. A decision of the Federal Supreme Court of Switzerland dated December 21, 1990 said, by decision of May 29, 1986, the Attorney General of the District of Zurich accepted in principle the legal assistance requested by the Philippines and invited all the banks of the city of Zurich to freeze immediately all the accounts, deposits or safes of the persons, companies, or foundations, of Marcos, mentioned in the order. The accounts were frozen at the request of the government of the Philippines, and the PCGG has ensured they have remained frozen to this day. This is all a grand scheme, or scam. Blinded Filipinos must keep repeating that Marcos was a thief so that those hundreds of billions of dollars of Marcos money will remain frozen and not be given to them for their use. Consequently, they must constantly borrow money from the International Monetary Fund, IMF, and World Bank, WB, with so much interest so that this country will remain a slave and shackled to the foreign powers. The original 720,000 metric tons of gold left by the Filipinos' benevolent forefather, Luzong Tagine, Maharaja of the Maharlika, is mind-boggling. From this, the 640,000 metric tons that was brought to the Vatican in 1939 and back to the vault of the Central Bank of the Maharlika, 617,500 metric tons, on January 7, 1949 could have made the Maharlika a first world country. The Marcos-Diaz alliance deposited their earned 192,000 metric tons of gold in one Swiss bank and not stashed away in 54 countries, as some individuals in government want the people to believe. There is, however, evidence to indicate that the ABL packages were delivered out to many countries. Some of these countries appear to have activated their gold holdings. For instance, look at Dubai and the tremendous construction boom occurring in that nation. From whence came the great wealth to do this? From that, the daily interest earned for this country should be more than enough so that Filipinos need not borrow from the oppressive IMF and WB or leave their families and go abroad to earn dollars. History will show that the money was not stashed away and inaccessible but available to truly deserving Filipinos. There was nothing secret about the Marcos accounts. These accounts were only made secret by some people in the government so that the public would not know its real story. But, nowadays, some of them are secretly trying to withdraw from the Marcos accounts for themselves. However, each time they attempt to do this abroad they end up in jail. Here is another mind-boggling food for thought. In 15 Japanese banks alone, the Marcos-Diaz consortium deposited 44,000, part of the remaining 720,000, metric tons of gold, also minted RPCB, and made liquid to a total of $518,559,000,000 US dollars, $518.6 billion, between 1962 to 1974, earning an average of 1.5% non-compounded interest per year. There are more tons of gold in other banks around the world. Gold for gold, dollar for dollar, this country, the Maharlika, is the richest country in the world. During a talk show in a US TV the week following the bombing of the New York Twin Towers, President Bush was asked this question: which is the richest country in the world today? With a smile he said, the Philippines. Marcos knew it, but he could not talk. The 30-year period, starting 1946, for the gold claims of the claimants of World War II loot, as determined by the International Court of Justice in Hague, was extended by 10 more years. That was to be the year 1986. At that time they made sure that Marcos would no longer talk. After kidnapping him from Malacanang, they put him in a golden prison in Hawaii. So much about the Sarsala of the 1986 EDSA People Power Revolution. The Roman Catholic Archbishop, his priests, the seminarians, his nuns, and his blinded followers who just pray, pay and obey. These traitors on the Filipino people did a good job in favor of those two foreign almighty powers. The invisible and long arm of the foreign powers are now exposed and brought to light so that everyone will see the real, greater, and hidden manipulators and authors of the miseries of this country today. End of quotations from the Contact Phoenix Journal Review. The Lord said in Isaiah 43:5, "And I will give thee the treasures of darkness, and hidden riches of secret places, that thou mayest know that I, the Lord, which call thee by thy name, am the God of Israel." In 1 Corinthians 2:9, the promise was plainly stated, "But as it is written, eye hath not seen, nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man, the things which God hath prepared for them that love him." So what you should need to do in order to claim this God-given inheritance. God used the Talano clan to keep these gargantuan wealth for centuries, and later God used President Ferdinand Marcos to save, kept and preserve them and his other wealth to benefit the Filipinos of the future. Will you just sit down and ignore all these things? Or will you join the revolution of enlightened Filipinos, or Maharlikans, to reclaim their God-given heritage? The decision is yours. In 2022, the only son of the great President Ferdinand Marcos will restore the glory of this nation. Through Ferdinand Bongbong R. Marcos Jr.'s advocacy to make the Philippines great again, we are one step away to the great destiny that awaits our country in the near future.
Ang panawagan ng panahon ngayon ay para sa tunay at makabuluhang pagkakaisa. Pagkakaisa ng bawat Pilipino. Pagkakaisa ng ating bansa, Pilipino, kapwa Pilipino, nagtutulungan, nagmamahalan. Taas noo dahil tayo ay Pilipino. Yan ang hamon ng panahon. Yan ang hamon sa atin ng bagong henerasyon para sa maliwalas at masiglang kinabukasan. Sama-sama nating harapin ang hamon ng panahon. Magkapit-bisig tayo at isigaw sa buong bansa na hindi tayo makakapayag na magtagumpay ang mapanirang politiko at politika na siyang dahilang pagkakawatak-watak ng Pilipino. Magkapit-bisig tayo at isigaw natin sa buong bansa na ang Pilipino ay nagkakaisa tungo sa isang malaya at masiglang Pilipinas. Sa tulong ninyo at ng bayan, pamumunuan ko ang isang revolusyon sa puso, isip at gawa tungo sa isang tunay at makabuluhang pagbabago. Pamumunuan ko rin ang isang kampanya upang makamit natin ang ating mga pangarap sa buhay. Hindi ako makapapayag na mawala sa atin ang ilang bahagi ng ating bansa. Ipaglalaban ko ang integridad ng ating mahal na Pilipinas. Ibabalik natin ang respeto at paggalang ng buong mundo sa Pilipino. Ibabalik natin sa tulong ninyo ang pagkilala sa Pilipino bilang isang matalino at magaling na lahi. Ibabalik natin ang ating dignidad. Ibabalik natin ang kultura ng Pilipino na mapagpakumbaba, may takot sa Diyos at mapagmahal sa magulang, sa mga nakakatanda at sa kapwa. Sa tulong ninyo at ng sambayanan, pangungunahan ko rin ang isang revolusyon sa isip at gawa upang marating natin ang ating pinapangarap na isang matahimik, maunlad na bayan at masiglang mamamayan. Dahil dito, taus-puso kong tinatanggap ang hamon ng panahon, ang hamon ng bagong henerasyon. Tinatanggap ko ng buong pagpakumbaba ang hamon ng bayan.
Long live Maharlika. And blessed be the one true God of Israel. Together we can make it, for our battle belongs to the Lord, for the benefit of today, and all the future generations to come. So be it, in Jesus' name. Subscribe to our Filipino Future YouTube channel and hit the notification bell to get informed about our newly uploaded videos. Also, please like and follow our Facebook page. Thank you. Like and share this video so that many more Filipinos will be informed. God bless you.
Again, congratulations to all awardees at of course, let's not we forget, Merry Christmas sa ating mga manonood at of course ang ating kaagila at of course yung MPP, ating MPP leaders and warriors. Merry Christmas po at have a new year at of course